Welcome back, everyone. Holding our public servants accountable. That's a mission of the New Mexico Ethics Watch. We're living in unprecedented times right now. It is crucial now more than ever that our elected officials hold up their end of the bargain when they get to work. I spoke with Kathleen Sabo, Executive Director of the New Mexico Ethics Watch, to find out more about the work that they're doing during such uncertain times. Joining us this morning, we have Kathleen Sabo with the New Mexico Ethics Watch. Good morning.
Good morning, Crystal.
Thank you so much for joining us, Kathleen. I know that you've been a part of it. We've been watching this unprecedented election that we're covering this week. Before we get into everything that is encompassing this election, let's talk about the New Mexico Ethics Watch Group and what you guys do.
We really participate in all things ethics related here in New Mexico, working to improve the ethical culture in government and public life. We watchdog public servants. We educate youth. We have an essay contest and adult citizens. We have a podcast called Ethics Now, where we look at ethics issues in everyday life. And so we really are focused chiefly on ethics throughout our society here in New Mexico.
You know, Kathleen, a lot of voters, they were heading out to the polls yesterday and trying to, find that one candidate they felt was best in line with their beliefs. Well, they're watching all of that. You guys are watching something else, and you'll be watching those that have been elected into office. Tell me about what you do to make sure that ethics comes into play and stays there when it comes to these candidates.
Sure. Well, we do a couple of things, Crystal. And one of the things that we did recently was make sure that all the candidates for the legislature, their financial disclosure statements were up online in a database. So we worked with the Secretary of State's office to make sure those were there, because that's a tool for voters to see what kind of conflicts does someone I'm voting for have. Are they trustworthy? What are they reporting? Who are they aligned with? So we do that. We've also been looking very deeply at money in politics and who is contributing to whom, what industries are contributing the most. And then after the legislature, we'll take a look and see, potentially how people voted related to those contributions.
There's been a lot of talks, Kathleen, about the at the polls leading up to this unprecedented election. You're a local group that you've been really, focusing on ethics when it comes to surrounding the candidates, but you guys have also been working with several groups to make sure that voters are protected when they go to the polls. Tell me, why is it so important that voters are protected when they cast that ballot?
Well, I don't know about you, but when I go in to vote, there's something I feel that I don't feel any other time. It's like the ultimate participation in our society and in our government. And it's a right that so many people hold dear. So to interfere with that is interfering with something so fundamental for everyone. So we've been involved in a coalition, New Mexicans for Ethics. It's a group of advocacy groups and everybody from Common Cause, New Mexico First, League of Women Voters, New Mexico Foundation for Open Government, the Association of Commerce and Industry, a group. And we're very supportive of each other and the activities. And several groups in there have worked immensely hard, did yesterday and throughout this time, ensuring that people's vote was protected. And that's the ultimate protection for people who want to participate in this society.
Speaking of making sure those votes are protected, there's been a lot of mail-in ballots that have been requested this time around. You've done some research, your group has done some research. Are you concerned, and should voters in New Mexico be concerned about the election process in our state?
We are not concerned. We had a symposium in September. We had the Secretary of State on, we had the president of the Campaign Legal Center on, we had the executive director of Ole, New Mexico, and we discussed this process thoroughly. And one of the things that we have in our favor here in New Mexico, and the Secretary of State will say this too, the votes were able to be counted as they came in to some degree, the absentee ballot votes, unlike some other states like Pennsylvania, where they couldn't start voting until the polls closed last night. And so this is a process that's been refined. I don't think anybody ought to be worried about whether their vote is going to be counted. We're going to wrap things up a lot sooner than a lot of other states because of this.
Kathleen, you gave us some great insight this morning. I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Best to you.